the way that YouTube works, but I'm used to the Facebook application. So let me just share this to the channel, and then hopefully people will start to join. All right. Sorry for the delay. All right, let me just try that. And I will share this also to the Discord, and then hopefully people can come in here. I'll get used to this. All right. That is the live link. I hope everybody's able to join us. Can somebody acknowledge that this is working? As you know, this is my first YouTube live update. Okay, I see people showing up. That's good. I suppose I should have some light in here. Here we go. Okay. Welcome, everyone. And yeah, this is our first YouTube live update on EncrypGen and what we're up to. There's a lot that's been going on, and I'm sorry for the delay in starting the live update as I get used to the YouTube method of doing things. I'm going to have a bit of a learning curve, apparently. But I see that people are joining us, so thank you very much for joining us. I wanted to tell you things that are going on and tell you what to expect and explain a little bit about what our plans are for the future, and to continue to do this on a more regular basis as we ramp up for new product releases. So the roadmap is ready. The graphic has been done. The marketing team is ready to post that on the website. There's going to be some text accompanying the posting of the new roadmap. And it will be describing a little bit about what our strategy and what our process is going to be in the next few months. My Gene Chain portal has launched version 1. As you know, the contest for creating profiles and getting tokens is ongoing. We're approaching the 1,000 profiles, and there's still tokens available for that. The next version of My Gene Chain, which is version 2, will include extended profile information, and that is for use in searching. So the people who will be buying data from us will be looking for different types of phenotypic data. Now, what that means is health-related data, more detailed family history, things like that. If you've ever done a 23andMe test or something like that, and they've asked you to participate in medical research or scientific research, they have a survey that's very much like what we're going to do. Ours is detailed and a little different. And the point of that is so that the people who are buying the data from them are able to search for interesting cohorts for their studies. So we're going to have something similar to that. And that will be rolling out in the next few weeks, where, as I mentioned before, the final stages of that are regulatory compliance, and the software is really ready to go. But as we make sure that all of the information that's in there is consistent with legal and regulatory requirements, we'll be releasing the rest of the My Gene Chain profiles. Now, that's really essential for what we're building to work. Now, you can search for genomic data based only upon things like genes and variants that you're interested in. But what's really interesting for science is to be able to correlate that to your health and other features, of your lifestyle, et cetera. So those scientists who are going to be searching for data and buying data on our system are really need to be able to access that sort of data. So that's going to complete the My Gene Chain portal. That'll be version 2, and that'll be rolling out in the next few weeks. And all of you who've created profiles will be invited to increase the amount of data in those profiles and opt into studies if you want. So that's where the My Gene Chain product sits. Now, on the roadmap, you'll be noticing, I'm going to give you a little bit of preview of that before we post it up. You'll be noticing we've eliminated the Gene Chain Lite product. That's because everything is just going to be the gene chain. And there's a significant strategic change. When I envisioned building the gene chain back in 2016, I envisioned it as a open source sort of system. The problem with open source sort of systems, of course, when you approach people for funding, is that you have to have a business plan. You have to have a method of making money. So, and this was before we had conceived of doing a token sale. So at the time, I thought the gene chain would be a permissioned blockchain, and we would sell licenses for nodes. Now, we've been successful in selling a couple of those, but frankly, the process and the overhead it takes to sell nodes is very burdensome. And when scientists and researchers have access to free tools, it's very difficult to get them to believe they should pay to use a tool. So the original plan I had for creating a free and open marketplace for genomic data is what the gene chain is going to be. So Gene Chain Lite was going to be an entry product, and it would be cheap, and people would be able to use it to search for and buy data. But instead, we're going to replace it with Gene Chain, which is a free, open system. Anyone can create a profile, and anyone can search for and buy and sell data on it. And there's going to have to be some KYC, know your client, for buyers of data, and that's because of legal and regulatory issues. But really, the only requirement is that you own DNA tokens or data, and then you can enter that marketplace, buy and sell data, search for it according to the parameters that we're creating, and do business. And that's so we're getting back to basics. We're not going to be selling licenses. The entry point and the entryway for researchers and sellers of data, buyers and sellers of data, is going to be simple. It's going to be easy. So anyone can get online and sell the data, or anyone can get online and buy the data. Now, that makes the tokenomics essential and crucial. Central to the business plan is going to be ensuring that the flow of data and tokens increases over time. And that's really how we as a company intend to make our money as well. So we're embracing a fully tokenized business plan. And we think that's extremely exciting. It's going to fulfill the true promise of a blockchain. It's going to abide by our values and our principles for making sure that genomic data becomes plentiful and ultimately cheaper than it is, and that everybody who has access to it, which is going to be anyone who creates a profile and wishes to sell data, has a way to monetize that data for themselves or just use it for their own medical care. Now that marketplace is what the gene chain is going to be, and the gene chain is a marketplace. That's as simple as it is. So the business plan is simplified since our last iteration. We think it's a way for us to get a foothold in the marketplace before anyone else, and to start the flow of genomic data for tokens. And we think that's going to enrich everyone, both scientifically and monetarily. So if you have questions about that, if you feel free to raise them in the comments section. Hello, Alex. I see you're commenting. Anyone else can leave comments now or later, and I will come back and answer those questions. So that's the roadmap. Now, when is Gene Chain going live? Over quarter three, we'll be releasing a beta version of that, and we'll be testing that. And we expect to be able to release the full version 1 of GeneChain in the beginning of quarter four. We're still fairly confident that we've built the platform well ahead of anyone else, and that we're going to remain ahead based upon the prototypes that we have in the works right now. Our development team is really working 7 days a week to make sure this marketplace is robust, secure, private, and compliant. And I have every faith in them to be able to deliver. We don't do specific dates anymore for releases, of course. I've learned my lesson on that. But the quarterly predictions and projections are, we think, pretty conservative, actually. So that's a little bit of update on the roadmap. No, so let me reply to that Uncertainty X. We're not the DNA token is a utility token meant to be used for the trading of data on the GeneChain. Now, when the GeneChain is up and running and tokens are flowing in exchange for data, there's going to be an increased marketplace for the DNA token. So people who are holding those tokens at the time that the marketplace goes live are going to be in a position to either sell those tokens to those who want to use them, researchers who want to buy data and need tokens to do that, or to engage in other market activities like buying things from other people with those tokens, including DNA testing kits, which are already available for the use of those tokens. So the way a utility token works, as opposed to a security token, its value is dependent upon the use of that token in exchange for whatever it is the token is designed to be exchanged for. In our case, it's DNA data and test kits and other products from partners. So the marketing that we're doing is to create that understanding of the marketplace, to educate those who have data they want to sell, consumers that might have tests they've already gotten, and buyers of data, researchers and labs and universities and pharmaceutical companies, about the use of the GeneChain. So that's where all our marketing efforts are going. It's not meant to pump the token price. It's meant to pave the way for the use of the platform for science and consumers, as well as for individuals excuse me, who want to sell data. So no, the marketing team is doing a great job. And the way they've been doing that is we've filled our customer relations management software with about 5,000 contacts. Those are contacts that we'll be reaching out to as the platform is in beta, to test the platform, and then as it goes live, to use the platform. And as I've said, the entryway for that is going to be absolutely easy for them. They'll be able to log into the platform for free. As long as they have tokens, they can buy or sell, or they can buy data. And if they have data, they can sell it. So that's where our marketing efforts are going. A lot of projects out there are more concerned about the daily fluctuations in price. We're more interested in making sure that the platform is functioning and doing what it's supposed to do. And we believe the token price will depend only upon the usefulness of the software. We're really focused on the software. Thank you for that question, Uncertainty X. So a little more about what's going on. This week, Joe Cawley, who's my Chief Strategy Officer, is up at Consensus in New York, where he'll be meeting with people in the industry, people who run exchanges, et cetera, make sure the token is well known and able to be used on the platform as that platform goes live. And at the end of the month, May 31st, I'll be down in Atlanta at the Patientory Healthcare Summit, where I'm doing a keynote talk on the GeneChain and hope to introduce it to a few hundred people that are going to be at that event as well. In Boston, I'll be up in June, I'll be up in that's my pleasure, Uncertainty X, thanks. So in June, I'll be up in Boston at a Festival of Genomics special interest group roundtable, where again I'll have the opportunity to speak with people in the genomics industry about the product and its usefulness in science. And I'm excited to be able to tell them that they won't have to purchase licenses; they'll be able to use it and try it, and I'll tell them how they have to have the token, of course, to buy data, and that's all they need. So those are some of the upcoming events. We'll be doing more of those and announcing more of them as the summer progresses. But again, we're focused laser-like on finalization of the product, and the team has been great. So our team in the UK largely has been working on the My Gene Chain portal, which, as I've said, is nearly complete, and we're excited about that. And our blockchain group is prototyping all of the functionality of the marketplace that I've just described. So Sven Vissen, hi doctor, I'm not sure if this has already been stated in regard to making the token as easily accessible. DNA fiat gateway on the website is still a goal, absolutely. So one of the great things, Notice is an incredible engineer. He leads our technology team. And while we had been thinking about things like Changely or Shapeshift, which we're still keeping as options, we're very interested in creating a fiat gateway for people to be able to easily purchase the tokens and use them on the platform, because genomics researchers who need to buy data may not be particularly crypto savvy and may need access to the tokens in an easy way. So Notice is making sure that our platform is going to be able to accommodate any asset, actually. So in his prototyping, he's building a system that's going to be able to accommodate any asset. So you might even just be able to use PayPal, for instance, to purchase the tokens or something like that. We're excited to see how that progress leads us, and I know because of his talent that we're going to have something truly unique and friendly for people to use. Yeah, so when I give speeches, Lloyd, about the gene chain, people get very excited. It's it's a whole new world. The idea for geneticists who are doing science that they could go and search more and new types of data repositories for data and actually pay the owners of that data directly for that is extremely enticing. Also, one of the things that makes them interested in it is that we'll be able to do eventually the consent procedure online. So you could really streamline the research and make the data a lot more, not only affordable, which we're sure it's going to be, but a lot more accessible and useful for science. So thank you for that question, Lloyd. A little bit about partnerships. So I've been teasing some interesting partnerships. We're still signing paperwork, getting the paperwork in order. I'm going to describe the type of partner without naming it that we're going to be signing up, and we'll have a press release and name it when we finalize that paperwork. The type of partner I'm talking about right now is brokers of DNA data. So one of the big emerging fields in the genomics business is data brokering. For instance, companies that set up relationships among existing companies like testers and analytics platforms and storage platforms and create solutions for others. One of the big new markets for that is employee health plans. And one of the brokers, we're talking with a couple of them, but one of them does almost exclusively sets up relationships for employee health plans. So more and more employee health plans are covering genomic testing. That's important for reducing costs in healthcare, and they're very interested in providing control for employees over their data for their health. So naturally, our solution is very enticing for them. And we'll be announcing soon a formal partnership with one of those data brokers. Now, that's exciting because they have access to contracts that have, tens of thousands of employees and therefore, potentially tens of thousands of data sets. And these relationships are also leading to new relationships with testing companies. So once we've signed the paperwork, I'll be able to announce the names of these companies, and I know you're going to be thrilled to see that we're working with them. So yeah, okay. Status of Shapeshift, Jim. We still need to be on something like Bittrex or Binance in order to get on Shapeshift. One of the reasons Joe Cowley is up in New York this week is because people from those types of exchanges are up there. So we're still pursuing that. In the meantime, as I said, Notice is working on a gateway solution that allow people to easily purchase DNA with any type of asset, including fiat. And we have to be careful with that sort of thing because there may be finance laws that come into play. So we're making sure that, again, we're fully compliant with all of that. So somebody wants the real coins. Let me show you. Hold on. What I think our Alex is talking about is one of these babies here, right? This is the one you're talking about. Yeah, they're cool, right? Metal. They're just a promotional item, but yeah, people are very excited by these little DNA tokens, right? Yeah, so our sales team can send those to people who are interested. Just email support@encrypgen.com, and we'll try to mail you one if you want one. All right, so they're kind of cool. My kids love to play with these too. All right. Yeah, Shapeshift will allow crypto beginners. So yeah, absolutely. Shapeshift or Exodus, the Exodus wallet would be great too. We're working we're pursuing all of those solutions as well. So yeah, that is a priority. We need to make sure it's easy for folks in crypto and not in crypto to be able to use the token, and that means getting access to it as well. All right. Are there any further areas or questions or issues? So as I said, the roadmap is going to be up on the website soon with a little bit of text describing the business model and the nature of the products that are going to be released and why. But I've never felt more confident about the role we're going to play in genomics and our position in terms of blockchain genomics. We've got an amazing team of people who've been committed and who've been working on reasonable hours to make sure that the platform is created and released as we've conceived it and for the reasons we've conceived it. Any other questions? No? I hope you'll join our Discord if you're not on our Discord group. There's a Telegram group out there. All of those are community run, but they're growing and full of interested and interesting people and a real spirit of camaraderie and community. And, I drop in there every day, actually, and chime in and give people updates and let people know what's going on. And we intend to remain engaged and transparent and conduct ourselves with professionalism and with the purpose of releasing a world-class genomic data marketplace. And that's what we're doing. So thank you all very much for joining us. I hope if you have any further questions that you haven't raised at this point, you'll feel free to, oh, there we go. Now my face is finally lighted. Yeah, so Alex, yeah. Again, as I said, feel free to email support@encrypgen.com and I'll see if we can send one of those to you. Yeah, that's what it is, Lloyd. It's a genomic data marketplace. It's the world's first free market for genomic data. And it's going to be accessible to anyone. And that's exciting. Very exciting because nothing like that has ever existed. So, creating something new is frightening and exciting and, fraught with danger. And we'll see what happens. But we feel pretty good about it and think it's the right thing for the industry. Yeah, I showed you the physical coin. Please just email me at support@encrypgen.com and we'll try to get the marketing team to send you one, if as long as we don't have to FedEx it to uh, New Zealand or something like that, and it's prohibitively expensive. So, all right. Any other questions? Yeah, the giveaway is still going on. We're getting close to the 1,000 mark, but we're not there yet. Please feel free to create a profile with a unique Ethereum address, and again, you don't have to upload your data, but if you do, that would be good for the Gene Chain too. Great. Okay, further questions I will answer offline in the comments section. I appreciate your attention and for joining us today. Sorry for the late delay. I'll get better at the YouTubing thing. I'm used to the Facebook platform, but yeah, I think I've got a hang of it now. We are going to be a consensus. Joe Colley is there this week. He's our Chief Strategy Officer. So if you're up there, give him a shout. One of our advisors is up there too, and he's got some business cards too. If you see him, his name is Faraj, and he's got an EncrypGen business card he can share with you. All right. So, okay. Take care, everybody. See you next time.